welcome to the NCYU English podcast, coming to you from National GEPT University. I am Li Hui from the Language Center. This is our 13th podcast episode, and the title is English Placement Test 1, GEPT. Most of the students are afraid of English placement test because they fail to know how to prepare. Don't worry, let us introduce some useful tips for preparing the test. Know the enemy and know yourself, and you can fight hundreds of battles with no danger of defeat. GEPT is a general English proficiency test. It is designed for students and other individuals from all walks of life. The test is administered in 5 levels: elementary, intermediate, high intermediate, advanced, and superior. Each level incorporates listening, reading, writing, and speaking components. The elementary, intermediate, and high intermediate levels are currently administered twice a year, and the advanced and superior levels once each year. The tests are designed for testing your English ability about dealing things in your daily life. For instance, how to write an invitation card, how to ask for directions, daily conversation, etc. If you want to know more information about GEPT, please go to the official website www.gept.org.tw. After the brief introduction, let's invite an expert and a student to share their valuable suggestions or experience of GEPT preparation. Teacher Chen, welcome. I am an anchor of National GEPT University. We would like to ask you some questions. Are there any tips for preparing GEPT that you can share with our students?
I think it is unnecessary to focus on tests in teaching. Studying English only for tests isn't a good idea either. In fact, language ability cannot be built in one day and you can cram for it. So, we should read and listen to it as much as we can in our daily life. The more familiar you are with it, the less nervous you will be during the test. And then you will have better test results. Spending a little time on listening and reading every day will work better than many hours on weekends, because it's not only less tiring but also more effective.
Okay, I believe a lot of audience were curious about what is the most difficult part of preparing the GEPT high intermediate test.
For my own experience, I've had the GEPT test for about 3 times, and for the first time is the intermediate test. And for my own experience, I think GEPT test is not that difficult that everyone imagines, because I think for the listening part, I always do not be afraid of it, because I always talk to foreigners, so that really helps my listening. And for the reading parts, that is not that easy part, because you will never know that the question will be. So I want to tell the audience that you don't have to predict the question will be, because you will never get it. So, but the most important part, you still have to follow the trends. I mean, what is the vocabularies always be, and what is the GEPT always pay attention to. So I think if you follow the trends or follow the vocabulary, they will provide, you will just get more chance to pass it. And for the
4% of the test what it asks for, right?
Yes, and for the oral parts, you have a GEPT test, you have to speak out. And I think that is kind of an unforgettable experience for me, because much of the tests do not have the speak parts. But through the GEPT test, you can just practice your accents, and you can just practice how to express yourself through a language you are not always use. So I think that is kind of the GEPT test is, and do not afraid and speak it out. You will just help you to pass it. Yes.
And what kind of schedule you will set up for your English learning?
Oh, set up and schedule. I will not always set up and schedule for myself because if I set up and schedule for me, I will always under much pressure, and because you will always afraid that if I can catch up the schedule. But so for me right now, I will not have a schedule, but I will try to maybe always listen to English songs or talk to foreigners, or if I know a new words, I will try to memorize it right away and know what is the exactly means, and that really works for me. But having a schedule is also helps you, but it's not that very much more useful for me.
Oh, so that means you just put the English learning to be a part of your life, right?
Yes, I think that is really, really important for us to learn a new language.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For listening and speaking, LGC provides NCYU English Podcast, Foreign Instructor Time, online learning resources, for example, Live ABC, AccuTalk, and Easy Test. Karaoke room for singing English songs, cultural exchange, workshops for presentation, preparation courses for English proficiency tests. For reading and writing, LGC provides English tutors, online writing center, various English magazines, online learning resources, for example, Fun Day, Live ABC, and Easy Test. Workshops for writing, preparation courses for English proficiency tests.
Question 1. What is GEPT? 2. According to the video, what are the tips for preparing GEPT? 3. How many levels are there in GEPT? What are they? 4. What will you do if you want to practice your listening and speaking skills?
If you want to improve listening and speaking skills, what LGC resources can you use? Please list at least 3 of them. That's all about our today's topic. I hope you all enjoy it. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to send us an email at lgc@mail.ncyu.edu.tw or leave your message on YouTube. This is Li Hui, and I will see you next time here on the NCYU podcast. Bye bye!